I spend a lot of time on this channel telling you what works in high ticket sales, how to approach it, how to get into the space, how you can crush your first 5, 10K months. However, today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna go through some of the most harmful advice and react to it and give my opinion as to what I'm seeing in 2026 about high ticket sales. I'm not doing this to start beef with anyone that you see myself reacting to. I don't really care about it. I just want to share my opinion and hopefully help you avoid some pitfalls that a lot of people are making. I run a few different sales teams now. I still actively close on one offer. I am coaching people, training people. I see what a lot of people get misconstrued, and there's a lot of misconceptions about this space. Honestly, I'm making this video for me. So if I eventually ever hire you onto one of my offers, you don't have these expectations coming into the space, because it will be a very quick shock to the system and you will not last long on mine or any self-respecting sales manager's team. So I'm gonna react to 5 of the most common pieces of advice that I see out there. Some of them will be like actual reactions on videos that I've seen that stood out and I need to address. And some will just be like general things that I'm seeing in the space or general narratives that I'm being told. I'm gonna tell you exactly what is wrong with each thing and also what the truth actually is behind it. So let's jump in. First piece of content I'm gonna react to is from a lady named Shelby Sapp. Now, this lady makes way more money than me. She crushes, makes 5 million a month. However, this video is one that I've reacted to before on my Instagram. It's got like almost 100,000 views-ish. And a lot of people are agreeing with my take in the comments. And I think it's pretty harmful. So let's give it a watch.
Let's say you're closing for an online coach that sells a high ticket $6,000 program. Your commission is gonna be about 10% commission. So that is $600 every time you close a deal. Now imagine this. You don't wanna go full-time just yet, okay? Let's just carve out afternoons. Say 2 calls a day, 4 days a week. That is 8 calls a week. Even if you're brand new and only close half of these calls, that's 4 deals, okay? So these 4 deals are gonna pay you $2,400. A real scenario.
I don't know, I don't have words. I don't even know if you need me to react and tell you and explain why that's so silly, but I'm gonna do it anyway. What Shelby's essentially saying here, and again, this is no hate to her, I understand the game, she makes more money than me. She's helped more sales reps than I have make more money, so she's clearly doing something right, and I'm not saying everyone that she coaches comes in with this expectation. However, she's essentially saying that if you're a beginner, you can just work afternoons, which as a sales manager, I would never hire someone who's just part-time, especially if they've just started, because 1, they're not good at the skill. Getting good at sales takes reps, it takes time. So if you're just working afternoons, taking 3, 4 calls a day, you're not gonna get good very quickly. Number 2, she says you can take 8 calls a week and close 4, 50% close rate off the rip, all paid in full for a 6K ticket, which means you're gonna make $2,400 a week, which if you do the math is just under 10K a month. So she's saying that basically from zero, if you're starting from scratch, you can get to 10K a month, close at 50%, work afternoons only, and life's just gonna be easy and everything's gonna be la-di-da. There is so much wrong with that. It's so harmful. Now, the realistic time period for someone to hit those kind of numbers, like 5 to 10K a month, honestly, you're looking at minimum 3 months, minimum. It took me 8 months to hit my first 5-figure month. 7 months to hit 7K, the next month after that was 19K. 8 months. Now, granted, when I started, I didn't have any soft skills. I was starting from complete scratch. I had no sales experience, nothing. If you have those things, it will be a little bit quicker. If you've got the right training, coaching, maybe you get there a little bit quicker. However, the issue with this is that when you don't make 10K in your first month and you realize, oh my God, this is way harder than I thought. I can't get on an offer that's just lay downs. I suck when I'm on calls. I don't really know where I'm going. I haven't put in the reps to actually get good. You get extremely disappointed and then you quit. This is what happens to so many reps because they think it's gonna be so easy, and when reality slaps them in the face and it's so much harder than they think it is, then they just give up and they're like, oh, well, sales isn't for me. Well, it's not that sales isn't for you, it's that you were sold a lie, you were given something that was so wrong in terms of the expectation that now you believe that sales isn't for you. Now look, I have seen people hit 10K a month in their first month, right? One of our guys, Toby, worked 2 jobs who joined STS, and he made $23,000 or $22,000 in his first month. Insane. However, the work ethic that he showed was ridiculous. Working 2 jobs, he was going to the gym at like 4, 5 a.m. just to get in the gym time, because he was working 2 jobs, taking calls, smashing deals, follow-ups, getting on the dials. Same thing with our guys Adam and Daniel, who you've maybe seen on this channel before. They hit 9 and 10K in their first month closing, which is about 2 months into actually getting into sales when they got on an offer. They were doing all the extra shit. Like, this narrative that you can just work 2-3 hours a day, get that out of your head right now, because that is not the reality. Now, I'm making sales sound way worse than it actually is, but the truth is, it is really fucking difficult. And it's a roller coaster, and you could go days without closing a deal and thinking you're awful, and then all of a sudden you close 3 deals in a row and you have a really big day. And if you can't manage your emotions within sales and you come in with the right expectations, if that's what it looks like, you're cooked. Like, that is it, finito. Second video we're gonna watch is about appointment setting. DM setting specifically. This guy, Abayomi, sorry if I mispronounce it, bro. I only saw you because this is the thing that popped up and you've got like 365K views, so good shit, but I'm gonna react to it.
I'm 21, but I probably got the most boring, high-paying job in Manchester, right? That sounds crazy, but I make 10K every single month at the age of 21, but I work from home, right? This isn't AI. This isn't an OFM marketing agency. This isn't dropshipping. This isn't anything like that. What I do is something called appointment setting. I sit on DMs on behalf of business owners from the comfort of my own home. This generates me 10K per month when I had no prior experience coming in, but it is boring as fuck, I'll be honest. I sit there on DMs typing all day. That's not exactly fun. But I was just sick and tired of normal 9 to 5s. I was at university doing accounting and finance. I'd worked in McDonald's, River Island. They wasn't fun jobs anyway. So I thought, well, if I can work at home 4 or 5 hours a day, no experience, get a role like this, perfect. But I do want to put a disclaimer in here. This isn't the sexy business model you might have always been looking for. It's just a way that I genuinely managed to break out of my 9 to 5.
Okay, that's completely fine. Like, I don't hate this at all. The fact that, are you gonna make 10K a month as an appointment setter, especially pounds, because this guy's obviously from the UK, he obviously doesn't specify pounds or dollars. Absolutely not. Like, the chances, like, there's probably, I mean, if you look at all info product businesses, maybe 0.5% of all of the people that sell courses have the ability for an appointment setter of theirs to make that amount of money. Now, the issue with appointment setting for DMs specifically as a long-term career, one, it's not long-term. I'm not saying that he said it is long-term at all, but the thing is, AI is already better than 80% of appointment setters. Like, it's genuinely so close to being able to fully replace appointment setters, and this is the worst that AI will ever be. We're in July of 2026, and this is the worst AI will ever be. It is going to get so much better that if you're not in sales right now, and you're like, oh, I just want to get into appointment setting, I just want to be a DM setter, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, because there is going to be a time where you have to move on. Because if you look at it from a business owner's perspective, they can pay £20 a month, $50 a month, whatever it is, to have their appointments completely handled. AI can respond instantly, doesn't complain, doesn't take time off, doesn't moan, doesn't bitch. Or they can pay you 5% commission, which is a few $100s every time a deal closes. It's a no-brainer. And so many more business owners, as cost of living increases, economy, blah, 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 whatever the hell, as that all happens, so many more business owners are gonna go towards this, and they don't have to deal with people. It's gonna become like a one-man team in the DMs. In terms of timelines, I don't know what I'm talking about. However, I can definitely see in the next 1 to 2 years, like, low-level phone setting and appointment setting being completely eradicated with AI. But the need for skilled salespeople is never gonna be as high as it will be in the next 1 to 2 years. Because people are gonna be more skeptical than ever that you're AI, and there's gonna be such good, like, deep fake stuff that I could be AI right now. Obviously, I'm not, I'm talking to you, this is 2026, we're not there yet, but it's gonna get very, very close. Honestly, DM setting is fine, it's okay to start. If you just wanna make your first couple grand a month, that's okay. I actually made my first few $100 as a DM setter / closer. I was a bit of a hybrid in 2023, but we're so far on from that, you know, with 3 years later, 2 to 3 years later, that the market's so much more developed, it doesn't really work as well anymore. My opinion is that your goal when you come into sales should be to get as skilled as possible, as fast as possible. There is a big cap at how good you can get as a DM setter, because you're not handling payments, you're not even speaking to people, you're just typing away. You don't have like a time crunch, there's no pressure. This all sounds great, I know, but in reality, it's tough. And it is extremely boring, as that guy said. Very, very true. Next video, whenever someone gives real advice, like Instagram reels, oh, when a client says this, say this.
changing.
See, the issue with this, and this has 27 million views, is that conversations are not black and white. You want a script because you want it to be easy and you want to be able to just, oh, when they say this, I'm just going to say this and then that's it. That's the whole objection, reframe, handling, done. That is not how it works. The reason most closers suck is because they think in this terminology of like black and white. They think when the prospect says this, I'll say this. When, again, that's not how conversations work. Conversations work within a framework. If you want to become a truly elite closer, you have to understand why the prospect is saying whatever they're saying. And that probably ties back into the discovery that you've ran with that prospect. Where their fears are, what's prevented them from reaching out for expert help in the past, especially if it's B2C. Why are they not actually where they want to be? The best way, and you can't pre-handle every single objection, but the best way to not eliminate, but handle objections is to handle them before they come up. I'm not really a massive fan of just relying on pre-handles because objections are going to come up and you need to know how to handle them within, a specific framework. However, majority of the time, especially in B2C, whoever the prospect is, they will give you their objection within the first 5 minutes. You just need to listen for it. They'll say hesitations. Oh, I thought this was a scam. Yeah, the videos were helpful, but something, something this. I've tried a bunch of things before. There's the objections in there. You just need to help them overcome it. And you can do that within the discovery. So don't rely on scripts. If you're relying on scripts in 2026, you're cooked. There's so many reels about it online anyway of people taking the piss out of these 18-year-old closers. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Have you ever heard the phrase da 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 da? Like, brother, just have a normal conversation, genuinely try and help the person on the other end of the phone. You will have so much more success in trying to remember word tracks and scripts. The next piece of advice, which I see constantly, is that you can just apply for roles without having any sort of training or experience. And high ticket sales is something you can get into within 1 to 2 weeks. Now that is complete shit. Now, I agree with the sentiment, apply before you're ready, because you're never gonna feel ready to apply for roles. However, if you have no training, you've not invested into coaching, you don't know what you're doing, you can ruin your reputation so fast by just getting onto a role and completely messing up. This is why it's so important to invest into coaching. And I'm not just saying this because I now coach. I didn't coach for 2.5, 3 years. And I was saying this, you go look through my old videos on TikTok and all that good stuff. But you need to have a fundamental understanding of how a sales call is ran and the mentality and what a good sales call actually looks like. Because if you go on there and lie and just say, oh, I've closed all these deals, I know exactly what I'm doing, and you go apply for a role and you land the role, you are burning money that the business owner could have used for someone who's actually good. The most important thing that you do have is not experience, it's your skill set. But the only way you build a skill set really is by getting reps in. Whether they're fake reps, role plays, practicing, then applying, getting onto a beginner role, or you actually just land a role and get reps in and genuinely try and improve, that's the most important thing. But getting on an offer where you have zero experience and you're extremely underqualified, if you're not the kind of person who can adapt to any sort of situation, which if you are, great, but if you're not, it's not good for you, it's not good for the business owner, and it's not good for high ticket sales in general, because you are the guy then who is burning these offer owners and managers and all these stuff. So my advice would be get a framework. You can go check out one of my other videos, it's a full free course. Get the framework, invest in a coach, whether it's me, I don't care, just go get coaching so you can actually learn how to operate as a salesperson correctly, get role plays in, get mocks in, understand the way you're going, and then apply when you don't feel ready. Realistically, time frame wise, you should be looking to get on an offer within the first month. That's what I'd say. Now, the last thing I want to call out or react to is coaches that haven't been on the sales floor in years. And also people who coach way too early. You're 6 months in, you've had 2 10K months, and you're now coaching people. That is insane. Now, this is up to you as the person watching to understand who are you actually buying into. Does this person have a track record? How much have they sold? How much have they personally made, right? Because there are so many people now who see the opportunity with selling a course and they just do it because they can make 50K a month, 100K a month, because they're good at marketing. But when you're the guy on the other end of the phone who's buying into that and not getting the support you need or getting horrific advice, you're gonna get burned, or you're gonna have to go invest into someone who is good and who does have a track record. And then the point with sales reps and coaches who haven't been sales reps for so long is that you lose your touch. I've seen this firsthand from someone I invested into. I watched one of their calls after 2 years of them not being in sales, and it was tough to watch. It genuinely was, because the game moves on so fast, and it's why I've made a point to continue managing teams to actually still take sales calls, not just for my own offer because that's a load of shit, but for other offers as well, so I can continue staying in the game and staying sharp. Because the truth is, you do lose the ability and you lose what actually works, and you become almost out of touch with reality. And I noticed this slightly within myself, and I went, holy shit, I need to get back in the game. Right? When you're not reviewing calls constantly, looking out, seeing what's actually working in the market, you're going to give outdated advice, and it's not even your fault as a sales rep, as a new coach. It's just the way the game is. So you, as the watcher listening to this video, be extremely, extremely careful about who you're actually looking into. How long has this person been selling? Are they still selling now? If not, how come? Are they managing teams? How much experience do they actually have? Is this someone who's got 2 screenshots of 2 10K months that they've had? Or is this someone who's closed millions and millions and millions of dollars over an extended period of time on multiple different offers, speaking to different archetypes of people? And look, I want to be clear about something before I wrap this video up. I did not make this video to tear anyone down. Every single person that I reviewed, I don't know them personally. They're probably great people. They have pure intentions. They want the best for people. Especially Shelby, she's crushing it. Unfortunately, she blocked me, but it is what it is. I understand why. And if you're someone who's watching this who has been following the advice that's kind of been shown throughout these videos, I don't blame you. It's not your fault. But now it is your responsibility to be able to shift and change and have realized, oh shit, I've been duped. What am I gonna do about it? What I want you to take away from this video is a framework for analyzing and looking at YouTube videos, reels, when you see them, because it's important. So I want you to ask yourself every time you see a piece of sales content, has this person actually sold on the floor recently? Are they teaching from live experience as to what's working now, or what they saw work 3 years ago in a completely different industry? Is this person telling me what's possible or what's actually typical and realistic? And is this a script or a system? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Again, you have to be understanding and cognitive that marketing is marketing, and people are going to bend the truth to make it sound better, to get you in the door. Sometimes you need that, but then you need to be understanding and aware that the reality of sales is that it is difficult, it's tough, it's not easy, but it will allow you to grow and develop not only your bank account, but you as a person as well. So if you want the actual framework of how to structure a sales call, how to land offers, all that good stuff, I've got a full free course on this video somewhere here. If you want coaching, go check out the link in the description. Vet me, go do whatever you need to do. There's offer boards, call reviews, the rooms where other people are actually crushing, and all this stuff that I mentioned gets applied. It's called A New Standard. If you're looking to break into sales, check it out. If not, appreciate you watching. Enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll see you later.